evening! So, a little bit of a change to my normal videos where I do a daily vlog. We've got Mr. B coming, a famous YouTube TikToker extraordinaire, in his Atkinson's lorry for us to have a little ride around in and a look at in depth. So stay tuned if you want to see that. It's really classic. He's shone it up beautiful. You'll probably have seen in the thumbnail. So yeah, hopefully any second now he'll be here. Now we're just hanging about for Mr. B because he's currently cutting his grass. So we're waiting about 5 or 10 minutes behind schedule. But we're not going to pull him up much on that. But what we will do though is look at our lorry and then maybe we can make a bit of a comparison to how lorries have come on through the ages. Our DAF, we use it for moving cattle. We are getting a longer box, so we're not going to have this weird gap there for much longer, hopefully. This is a DAF Euro 6, so it means that now we can go into the clean air zones and not get charged, which is fantastic if we need to get through Sheffield at any point, because that's all changed to a clean air zone now. That's a point I'll have to bring up with Mr. B, actually, because I wonder if he can take classic vehicles through clean air zones or not. No, maybe somebody's let me know in the comments on that one. I mean, what could be more environmentally friendly than like a 50-year-old lorry that's not had to be smelted and made again? That's got to be cleaner than anything else. But anyway, I digress. This is the cabin in the DAF. This is a 3-seater. You don't really get many that have got 3 seats, I don't think, but maybe in its previous life, it needed a few extra people in here, and it helps us out a lot because it means that me, Andy and my dad can get out to the fields at the same time, not having to take the pickup and things like that. So yeah, lots of switches for different things, raising suspension. The suspension's on air, so we can lift it up, we can lower it down, we can put weight on the drive axle, we can take the drive axle up to save on fuel. This is the gear lever, so we've got reverse, neutral, drive, and then there's like a slow drive, so for crawling, and also a slow reverse. So all automated. I think technically it's a manual gearbox, but the electrics change it around a little bit. I just had to show you this. So we've got a pheasant here that's really fluffing himself up. This lorry has central locking, so like a car, it's got a similar car key. The key even folds away, look at that, eh? And when we turn it on, we've got a full dashboard. It'll probably ding at us for some reason or other. Oh yeah, look, we've got a fault already. This is if anybody you know has a DAF, they will know that sound. It's always faulting out. This DAF has 330 horsepower, but it never revs higher than 1500 revs is its sort of maximum. It can go past that if we're slowing down and stuff, but because of the emissions, it just does not rev up. So progress is quite steady, especially through the automated gearbox, which sometimes makes decisions that you really question. Like, why are you not going when I want you to set off from a roundabout? You have to really be relaxed driving. You cannot force one of these DAFs. They just don't like it. I've had it where it's stalled because it couldn't work out what gear it needed to be in, so it just decided to die and stall, and then you sort of sat there at the roundabout trying to go through the process of turning it back on, which is frustrating. Whereas if Mr. B stalls his lorry, it's because he's done something wrong. It's manual. It sorts the job out. You make the decision. Having said all that though, it's very comfortable in here. We've got an air suspended seat, air conditioning, the windows are electronic, the mirrors are electric, so you can just change them to wherever you want at the flick of a button down here, which is, oh, if my arm's not in the way, which is just so easy. Look at that. Mod cons. And as we're talking about mod cons, here he is. business. He's trying to position himself out of the cow muck, I'm sure. And there they are, guys. How are we doing, Mr. B?
I'm good, are you?
Yeah. I like your steps.
Do you like me
or
steps?
lack of. You're not tied your shoelaces?
No, we're in a rush, you see. I've got my favourite pink socks on.
I've just been looking at our lorry, you see,
Yeah.
and sort of going through the things that it's got, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So when I turn it on, it dings at me because there's a certain fault every time. There's always got to be a fault somewhere.
Yeah.
Does yours do that?
No, it dings because there's low air. Low air.
Oh, it does have a dinger on it then?
Yeah, listen, it has to be an original dinger. It has a special
Of course. Oh, is that the original dinger?
Yeah.
Nice. So Mr. B is asking if I'm happy with the DAF. Oh, it's alright.
It's really slow.
It's real slow.
This is really fast.
Is it? Oh, yours is not be restricted either. Ah, so every lorry, I don't know what year it is since, you might.
Well, yeah, tachographs came in,
Mm.
and then, yeah, retarders, I don't know, there'd be 80s. 80, I don't know, 80, I could look, 80, I'd say 85 to 87.
So like the speed that you can drive this lorry at on the UK road legally on a dual carriageway is 60 mile an hour, but you can never get this vehicle to it unless you're going downhill because they're restricted to 56 mile an hour. Whereas your lorry is pre the restriction needed to be done, so you can just
Yeah, I travel at 60 miles per hour.
Yeah. Obviously, you would never go over 60
No, obviously
because
not, no.
that's illegal. But potentially, it's got the
To go
it's got
slightly
the capacity.
faster.
Because I'm sure you've tested it on a private road before.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at this. Like, everything's just out. Is that your? What's that then?
That's your gear stick.
Oh, right. How come it's like it's got a PTO shaft on it, sort of thing?
Because it has to
Let me
move
show you.
from side to side.
So I'm thinking it looks to me like it spins, but you're saying just because it goes side to side.
So that's what's called a remote box. So if you're in America, you have a straight up gear stick that goes on top of your selectors there.
Right.
But because we're in England and it's
Cab forward.
cabs forward, you have to have that.
Ah.
They're just so when you turn from side to side from your gears, you'll see.
Yeah. Ah, very good.
But obviously on there, look, you can adjust it where it is, so you can have it close to your leg or further away from your leg if you want as well.
All right.
So
Have you ever adjusted it?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's where I originally had it there. And sometimes you struggle for first and reverse.
Yeah.
So I've just sent it over a little bit. So now it's a little bit closer to your leg.
You've got it.
But because this truck's in quite good condition, my remote box, which is at that end, is really tight inside it.
Yeah.
So it's not like stirring pudding, it's really precise.
Oh, it's like a racing truck almost.
Kinda, I guess.
So come on, Mr. B, tell us how long it took you to make
4
this.
years it took to restore this.
4
It was in really bad condition, but at the same time, a really good donor vehicle. Really good donor vehicle.
Yeah.
Saying that, everything's been completely stripped. But
The bit that always stuck out to me, because I've known you through the years of making this, is like that you'd ordered the cab from Australia.
yeah, so it was in a scrapyard in Australia on top of a container.
Yeah.
So just chatting to my friend Pete in Australia, and I'm like, I ought to have that in England. So we did. But they really shouldn't have saved it.
They shouldn't have saved it. Why?
It was scrap.
What, it was that bad?
It was that bad.
Oh, he's got his book here.
Lucky for you, I've got my book, so I carry it with me. I'll
He's
try and-
preparing for a show, you see, and
Yeah. So if you can see there,
yeah.
they picked it up and gone through it with a chain.
Uh,
So they've ripped all the fiberglass. So it was in really poor condition.
well, you've made a good job of putting it back together, because you can't tell.
No. So yeah, it's I don't know how in depth you want to get with all this sort of stuff.
Me and Mr. B, I've just been down the road with the drone up in the air, and it's fast. I'll give it that. It's fast. Like the drone couldn't keep up. We had to do a couple of trips around the roundabout to get it done, and we've done that many trips around the roundabout. We need to go and put some fuel in now. So we'll get a little bit of in-cab footage of this beast. Yeah, this is nice. I like it. I spent that long just trying to concentrate on the drone. I didn't actually look at what's in the cab. So we've got a little wind-up window at this side. Nice.
You've got a quick drop-down one. True British lorry style, so you can get out the window real quick. Just drop it.
And shout.
It's like a train.
So why have you got like one at that side like that and one at this side? It's a wind one.
Because when the lorry came from Australia, the winding mechanism was absolutely buggered on this side. It was rotted off. So I thought it was easy to make it British style. But it still retains the Australian style on that one.
That side, yeah. So it's a hybrid then, isn't it?
Yes,
It's a hybrid. Yeah, hybrid. I like that.
Are we ready?
I think so, yeah. A bit of tartan in here. Leather. Very nice. Ready to go. What feels a little bit weird as well, from always having a seatbelt in every vehicle, apart from maybe the tractors, there's no seatbelt in here. At least safety's come on from the days of building these machines.
Me and my friend said the other day, you really wouldn't want to really have an accident in an old lorry.
No, I don't think you would at all. Take it steady. Precious cargo here, precious cargo. So Mr. B wants us to have a quick scoot at the gear shift pattern, which... Is that a map?
Yeah. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th.
Right. Well, so it's got like a splitter gearbox then?
Yeah. High and low.
Yeah. Our first lorry had that.
It's an overdrive gearbox, RTO. So top gear is forward, not back.
Right.
So you work in a U.
Right.
No?
No. Well, I'll work it out as we go.
Gearbox, it's a H pattern, isn't it?
Yeah.
First, second, third, fourth.
Right, yeah.
Whereas this is first, second, third, fourth.
Let's
see.
I get it, yeah, that is weird.
So obviously there's nothing to stop gears going round in gearbox apart from a little brake. So when you push your clutch down, when you get right to the bottom, there's a little brake on the transmission, so then it nicely drops in gear. So no grindy grind.
This sounds very complex to me. Do you know what? It's so easy just to get in the car now, put your foot on the clutch and change the gear.
But you don't use the clutch brake going down the gears because you'll snap it off. You can use it going up the gears to get a quicker gear change, but not coming down them.
Right, I'll not be driving this. I'm not driving it, 100%. Sun visors in here, guys. The petrol station now, get some diesel put in here. This will be just slowing down for the roundabout.
Not self-cancelling indicators, I keep forgetting.
You want a knob on it? Oh no, it's got a knob on it.
Yeah, you break it. Still break it off if you had a knob on it. That's why you're not driving.
Yeah. It smells like engine.
Yeah. They do have a nice aroma to it.
It does smell like engine.
So you paying?
Am I paying?
Daddy's account.
Fill her up, driver.
It normally has a nice little puller of smoke as it comes out.
So here he goes, just filling it up. It's a nice petrol station, this, isn't it? Fill in with a view. Ah, it's alright, that.
So back in the day, Cummins were really popular for heating the fuel back up as it goes back to the tank. So you didn't have as much bother in the winter with diesel going cold. You didn't have to light fires under the engine the same.
Light fires under the
You
engine?
used to light fire under engine with newspaper, get engine warmed up a bit for it to start.
I don't think that won't fly these days, would it?
It wouldn't.
No.
It wouldn't, no.
Too much plastic.
Yeah. So when you've been nailing it a little bit and you stopped like that, if it's hot enough, some of the diesel drips out the injectors.
Right.
So when you come to start it, you get a massive puff of smoke and it knocks. It's meant to do it and it sounds real good, so we'll see if it does it.
Okay, I'll pass you my phone and you could record away.
Oh baby!
You get it then?
Mmm, that smell!
No, just putting it in drive.
No eco driving with this. Not this particular engine. Later on in Lorry design, they did change it, but this one's only a 12 litre engine. So peak torque is 1800 to 2000 revs.
So you have to give it some.
So you have to drive it like you stole it. To keep, not without a trailer on, but as a rule, you have to drive it like you stole it.
Yeah.
Plus with it being high geared, it's getting enough torque.
It takes off quicker than that, Lorry.
Problem is when you've got a trailer on, the gears overrun. So it's harder to change gear because it like speeds up instead of slowing down. The Golf's trying to do us.
Not happening. Hey, we're tramming on, aren't we? It's a good job I can't see the speedo, I think.
We're not going that fast.
It feels it. We're out of seatbelt. Where's my seatbelt? Where's my seatbelt? Where's my seatbelt? So we're off now. We got some cows down here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Do you want to check on it?
yeah. Oh, even better, there's a pub down here, so we could have a shanty.
Not ready for your turn yet then?
I'm not driving this. No chance. Quite happy to be a passenger. Here we go. The pub.
Can't balance.
HGV parking in here.
We're reversing in high. It's really fast in high. I forgot to put it in low.
Oh well.
There's that
Does
they're
it
going to
fit
get a
in?
mad rush of traffic.
Does it fit in a space?
Nearly.
Oh, forgot to get it turning off. Oh well.
Oh,
Not to, not to worry.
I need a pint after putting that much diesel in it. I think it's your round.
200 quid he put in there.
Jesus.
Didn't even fill it either. Barnsley Gold.
Quality beer.
So we've got us pints,
Barnsley Gold.
a Barnsley Gold. Oh, nice. Just could have done with a bit more sun. It's sort of going, isn't it?
Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
So you reckon you could be a lorry driver in 1970s then, Joe?
I could be anything.
The thing is that I see,
It's just I wouldn't want to think that I was driving that much on the road today.
the thing is with them, that they are difficult to drive and they aren't, but you have to have a lot of concentration. And now, I think you have to concentrate on the road. I know you always have to, but you know, there's that many cars, there's that many
Yeah, situations
speeds
are different.
and-
Yeah.
Whereas you don't want to be thinking about gearboxes, you don't want to be thinking about engine revs, you don't want to be thinking about,
Yeah, with all these like mod cons have come along, and you can't really go back once you've.
But the only flip side to that is that I think with a lot of modern lorries and modern vehicles, modern everything, makes you more lackadaisical.
Yeah,
You're not as quite as alert, because when you're driving that down motorway, you've got your ring in your ear and you're thinking about next gear, you're thinking about overtaking the lorry because you can't slow down, because if you slow down you lose momentum.
Yeah.
Whereas modern things, you just tend to...
Well, I now in the DAF just put it on like that cruise control. It's adaptive cruise control, so it sees a car in front, it slows down and things like that. And you're not. You're thinking about where you are in your lane and your different bits and bobs, but you do. Yeah, your mind doesn't have to be as fixed on driving as maybe definitely as that thing over there. Jesus, yeah. I bet you know when you've done like 2 or 3 hours, you know you've been
especially
in it.
because I'm not used to driving it every day.
Yeah.
Because I have to think about changing gear. Whereas if you're driving it every day, you wouldn't have to think.
Yeah, just be second nature, be muscle memory. So jumping off your like 7-310 automatic John Deere with Autosteer, and then on an evening and a weekend jumping in the Atkinson and taking you back to complete basics is...
It's such daft things as a steering, because that's manual steering. There's no assistance with rams and things.
Oh yes, it's really stiff.
It means it has more turns.
Right.
So when you come to a mini roundabout, modern driving, mini roundabout, you get to mini roundabout, you go that roundabout, and then you're speeding up and you're like this, trying to get lock off, you know, instead of just doing this a couple of times. Even with lorries of the same era that have power steering, it is noticeable. One
You've got to
from
just
the
keep
other.
spinning it round. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being in there, and I like the 20-minute edition of being in there, but I think maybe the 2 hours that you're going to be spending driving up to, is it Northumberland this weekend?
I love it. I love every minute.
I think I wouldn't mind following you in car if I were coming along, to be honest.
I love every minute though. That's different. That, for me, driving it is not showing it. Driving it is the pleasure for me.
It's a bit, yeah.
That is the thing. The challenge of it. I like that's the only thing with modern lorries and modern driving. That it don't challenge my brain enough.
Yeah.
The tractors are the same now. They're like the other day.
You're just a passenger most of the time now in a tractor, aren't you?
The other day with the crawler, I didn't have the green star because obviously everyone always borrows a green star, so we left the tractor there, so we'd taken it off. And it's quite enjoyable in some ways to be able to keep straight all day.
Yeah.
But there's no playing with your phone then.
No.
If you got a bit of pride anyway. But I did enjoy it, but like you say, doing it day in, day out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been nice. Thank you very much for showing us. I think
No problem.
Appreciate drinking these.
Definitely. Nice to have a nice summer's evening.
I know. It is. It's getting a bit late though, isn't it? Just said pub will closing in a minute.
I know, yeah.
Crazy.
11.
So me and Mr. B now have got back to the farm after having our lovely Barnsley bitter pint down at the pub. Look at that. for a view. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful.
Stand in as well.
No, get out. But what do people think the Atkinson lorry weighs? Now, if you'd have been watching the live that we did, they'd know, wouldn't they? But yeah, what do you think? Let us know in the comments, and we'll post it up a little bit later on in the week. So yeah, I think we can take from it that the technology of lorries has come a long way.
It has, yeah. But it's more simplistic.
And the soundproofing of lorries has come a long way.
The ergonomics of the driver changed considerably.
Yeah, it's meant what was a very high concentration, physically demanding job.
Well, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, it does depend. But like, it's very similar, but very different. That's not a very good explanation, is it? But like, but it's got 4 wheels. Cut. No. But no, I hope you have enjoyed watching this. Yeah, if you want to see more from Mr. Beast channel and more about this lorry, more in depth, talking about different parts and stuff, and check out Mr. B. And yeah, we'll do more of these things if people want to do more things like this. So let us know in the comments if that's what you want. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Business. Bye. Safety first, eh? What a beast.